Tonight, Bray Wyatt stood accused of the attack on LA Knight last week. Of course, we got a progressive match recap. I like this because obviously if you didn't catch last week, you caught up very quickly. Obviously, we skipped straight to the part where LA Knight basically died. There was lots of hidden images. Everything I think we saw before, but there was one we'll talk about very soon that was very, very interesting. I love how they went to the door and then, commercial break, but just before we get a glimpse of Uncle Howdy. Bray Wyatt, like cult leader style-esque for sure. I love the promo from Bray, really fun, where he basically talked about he's not the attacker of LA Knight. Uncle Howdy came on the screen, showed us everything from Husky Harris to Funhouse Bray, all the Firefly Funhouse puppets, cult leader Bray as well, and said Bray was a liar. Now, Bray had been talking about people and the fans wanting to see the Fiend and how they talk about him and whisper about him behind his back. And he said, you just want me to be the human tornado. He doesn't want to be that anymore. Is that what Uncle Howdy is saying that Bray Wyatt is lying about? Maybe. It was this image that stood out to me. It's coming. I don't think we've seen that before. And what is coming? Very, very interesting. We obviously skipped to LA Knight backstage. His arm was in a sling. He had a crutch. He called Bray Wyatt trash before he hobbled off. But just as he hobbled off, we got this. A little glitch-like sort of thing with the phone number, 888-280-3999. And when you call it, you basically hear a doctor basically referencing a patient. He doesn't name Bray, but we assume it's Bray. We've had a psychiatric report about Bray Wyatt in the past, so I'm assuming it's Bray. And obviously, very interesting what he says. The ending, though. The ending when he sits there and he says, hello? Is someone there? Hello? And then it just cuts. Nothing else. Assume someone attacked the doctor. Insane, right? I'm hyped. And if you are, you can also go on WWE Shop and buy the brand new Uncle Howdy Revel in What You Are t-shirt. Love that. Really cool looking. But this is things you might have missed for Friday Night Smackdown. Make sure you hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. And just when you think it's all over, LA Knight got attacked backstage. We don't know who did it, but I've got a sneaky suspicion it might be this guy hiding in the background. That mask we saw last week was there above the box. How cool is that? Major issues tonight. If you was watching Smackdown on Fox in the United States, it didn't air because of a college football game. But in the UK, we did get it live as it started, which was a bit awkward on social media. But it did kick off with Damage Control in the ring. Bianca Belair, her team for WarGames came out, and the fifth woman is Becky Lynch. The man rides again as she goes to WarGames tomorrow night. Obviously, there was a lot of reports and rumours that it was going to be Becky. Clearly, they were correct. I think the pop proved people missed Becky Lynch. Again, we didn't get really a face run for Becky, so this could be fun. Of course, though, did you notice? When the faces were coming to the ring, look at the expression on Alexa Bliss's face. It does not change. She stands there and stares. She's focused. She almost looks distant and angry. But I'm really interested what you think about the man being the fifth person on Team Bianca Belair for WarGames. Are you excited? Was you hoping for someone else? I've seen a lot of names thrown out there for the possibility of the fifth person. This was something they really hyped up. Kind of a bit of a disappointment they did it at the very start of the show, knowing that college football thing was going on. Obviously, there was spoilers on social media because of that reason, but that may be a little bit of a downfall for some of you. But what do you think? Are you excited more now for Survivor Series? Let me know in the comments below. Little Miss Bliss also has some brand new merch out that you can actually go and personalise and have your name on it, which I think is pretty cool. Lots of interest, though, because on the right there, well, that's definitely Dark Alexa, right? We got the pre-Survivor Series brawl for the men's teams. Really cool, really well booked. Giving a distraction for Butch to lose the World Cup match to Santos Escobar. Really like that. The meeting between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, which of course Jey Uso was listening on. Now, that gives the impression that Jey again doesn't trust Sami. But something struck me, okay? During the entrance of Drew, Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes, Kevin Owens had already previously got his own solo entrance and was the other side of the ring by the time they come out. And look at him, when Drew's lifting up the sword in the corner, you can just see Kevin Owens was literally crossing his arms as if to say he didn't care, this was boring, etc. Not really on the same team as the rest of the faction. Could this be Kevin Owens turning? It's out there, and I know I was grasping at straws a little bit, but all possibilities before tomorrow night's Survivor Series. Well, it was the advantage match in the main event of SmackDown tonight. Really classic tag match. Love this. The babyfaces won. Notice, though, no Kevin Owens in this picture. He did join them, but it was almost like he was hesitant. Almost like they had to will him into the ring. It was KO that stopped Sami Zayn screwing Sheamus, but he also stunned Jey Uso, and then the hesitancy happened. Is everything okay with Kevin Owens? It does feel like WWE is subliminally putting these things out there. Maybe to throw us, maybe, but it feels like something's happening. Can we all agree Braun Strowman's titantron, the new one, looks absolutely brilliant. Look at that new logo. I love that. Of course, it was the IC champion Gunther who came out, distracting Braun, allowing Ricochet to pin him. Braun is out of the World Cup. Imperium attacked. Ricochet did the right thing. Tried to help Braun Strowman. They weren't successful, but we saw respect. Is this a new tag team? Could there be a third to join to go against Imperium? But I think Braun was everyone's favourite to win the World Cup, right? Nope, he's not in it. The finals will be Santos Escobar versus Ricochet. Count me in. I'm all for that. Rhea and Dom took a trip to the Mysterio household for Thanksgiving, and it didn't end well for Ray. Ray wearing a boot. Of course he was wearing his mask for Thanksgiving. Of course he was. But WWE forgot to blur the picture just for 1 second. And you got a glimpse of Ray's face in the background there on the portrait. I love this. Great use of social media. Great way to continue the feud between Ray and Dom. Love this. Massive thumbs up from me. Logan Paul has his first WWE Ultimate Edition figure. This is on Mattel Creations website. Here's a closer look at it loose. And of course, here's Logan with it in box. I think it looks good. The attire looks amazing. So maybe it's a bit expensive, but Ultimate Editions usually are. Pretty cool though. The Brawling Brutes did the Black Friday commercial tonight for WWE Shop, and it was a banger. I love it because it caught my attention, and that's exactly what advertising is meant to do. Shotzi cut a really cool promo tonight talking about her match with Ronda and Shayna, saying how she's willing to do this alone. Obviously, with Raquel being injured now, Raquel's arm trapped in that case by Ronda and Shayna, then attacked later on in the match. I didn't like this because commentary were like, oh, Raquel's been taken to the hospital, but she clearly wasn't because she was still in the arena to come out minutes later for the match. Very weird, but this promo was good, so that did help. I think that was one of Shotzi's best promos so far on the main roster. For a go-home show, SmackDown was pretty great. Honestly, 8.5 out of 10, possibly a 9. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you aren't already, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. We'll be here tomorrow to do things you might have missed from Survivor Series, and I'll see you next time. Peace!